In the quiet of dawn, as the sun stretches its golden fingers across the horizon, we find ourselves in a sacred dance of existence between the divine will of God and our own desires. Each day is a blank canvas, painted not just by our ambitions, but also by a higher purpose that guides us gently, often unseen. It's an intoxicating mystery that breathes life into our mundane routines, weaving in elements of divine intervention that beckon us to lean into our faith. Join me as we explore the beautiful yet perplexing intersection between God's will and our own, a journey that promises to uplift your spirit, ignite your soul with purpose, and perhaps lead you to the answer to that age-old question: what does it truly mean to surrender to God's plan? One morning, as the world awakened to the chirping of birds, I sat in silence, pondering my life's path. I realized that sometimes my desires felt like a river rushing forward, while I stood on the bank, wondering if I should dive in or wait for a clear direction. In those moments of stillness, I felt a soft whisper in my heart, reminding me that God's will is not a mere detour from mine, but rather it is an invitation to explore uncharted waters, the waters of deeper faith, greater love, and unparalleled joy. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, I found myself reflecting on every decision I've made and how they often lead to the unexpected. It's fascinating how life has a way of unraveling surprises that supersede our plans. There was a time when I thought pursuing a lucrative career was the ultimate goal. Yet, one fateful evening, I encountered a stranger who shared stories of finding fulfillment in service, in helping others, and suddenly the cogwheels in my heart began to turn. It dawned on me that embracing God's will often means letting go of the illusion of control and embracing the adventure that lies before us. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as I navigated life's unpredictable waves. Each time I faced a setback, I was reminded of the immense strength lying dormant within me. It's almost poetic how adversity, while painful, serves to mold our character and deepen our reliance on God's grace. The suspense of what comes next often kept me on my toes. Would I find the courage to ask for help, or would I tread water alone? It was in those moments of desperation that I learned to recognize the gentle nudge of the divine, steering me away from self-reliance and towards a more profound sense of community and belonging. The seasons shifted, bringing with them kaleidoscopically diverse experiences. I remember one autumn night distinctly. I was out for a stroll, leaves crunching beneath my feet, when a sudden downpour drenched me to the skin. In that vulnerable state, as I made my way back home, I laughed at the absurdity of being caught off guard. Life, like the rain, often comes without warning. In the middle of that chaos, I felt an overwhelming sense of peace wash over me. This storm was God's will. A reminder that His plans, though often hidden, are designed to bring forth beauty and growth, even amidst the chaos. With every sunrise, I became acutely aware of how life thrives on connection. Each interaction, be it a shared smile with a stranger or a heartfelt conversation with a friend, seemed to be laced with divine purpose. A chance encounter at a coffee shop led me to an epiphany. Even in our simplest acts, we are instruments of God's will for one another. The suspense lies in the lives I touch, the ripples created that reach beyond my understanding, and the faithfulness of those connections that often guide me back to the essence of why we are here, to love, support, and uplift each other. As the years rolled by, the struggles of daily life ebbed and flowed like the tides. I learned to embrace the uncertainty because therein lies the magic of God's will. Each moment layered with both challenge and grace carved pathways of growth in my heart. I found myself asking, what if those moments of fear were merely invitations to trust? What if the anxious moments of decision were God nudging me to reach deeper within myself? The delightful suspense lay in the unfolding of my journey. Hey! Journey that is never truly mine alone. On the cusp of new beginnings, I often stand before crossroads, not knowing which path to take. It's in these times of indecision that I am reminded of a story my grandmother told me about faith. She described it as stepping onto a path even when the fog obscures the end. Trust in God's guiding hand, she would say, and those words have become my mantra. The scent of possibility wafts through the air, encouraging me to move forward, reminding me that surrender sometimes means letting go of the need for clarity, allowing faith to illuminate my way. In the dance of life, we sometimes feel like mere spectators, watching our dreams fade away like the last sketches of the day's light. But what if these moments are part of a greater orchestration? What if every seemingly closed door leads to a more magnificent corridor waiting to be explored? The suspense builds as we reflect upon how every setback has pushed us toward greater alignment with our true purpose. The beauty of living with God's will unfolding around us lies in the revelation that every detour, every sidestep enriches our story. As I engage with the world each day, I've learned to slow down, to listen. God speaks in subtle ways, in the rustle of leaves, the laughter of children, and the stillness of prayer. Each of these moments adds layers of sweetness to my experience, weaving a narrative of resilience and hope. The beauty of life lies not just in the grand moments, but also in the everyday, where we might feel the divine nudging us to simply be present. In embracing each of these brief yet profound experiences, we cultivate a deeper understanding of God's guiding hand, reminding us that we're never truly alone. In seeking to align every aspect of my life with God's will, I've come to realize the importance of gratitude. Each small triumph, each day I wake up healthy, each opportunity to learn is a gift. A tiny spark of awakening ignites within me, reminding me how integral it is to rejoice in the small things. The suspense of what unfolds next creates an electrifying sense of possibility. Gratitude transforms even the mundane into sacred moments filled with endless potential, opening the door to life lived abundantly. As the evening falls and the stars start to twinkle, I find sanctuary in gratitude's embrace. The world around me falls silent, yet I feel the whispers of the divine carrying me through. I think of all those I hold dear and how, in the tapestry of life, each thread is carefully woven by God. The suspense intensifies as I realize that every story, yours, mine, and countless others, intertwines to create something greater than ourselves. While we cannot always comprehend the grand design, the promise remains: we are all part of a magnificent masterpiece. This journey has taught me the art of surrender. It's not weakness, but a strength, a deep acknowledgement that there is a profound power in letting go. It's when I loosen my grip on what I think should happen that God's will shines brightly, illuminating each path I wouldn't have dared to tread. The unexpected twists in life's narrative unveil a breathtaking reality. One where I discover parts of myself I never knew existed, fostering a spirit of resilience and trust that lights the way forward. With every prayer whispered into the vastness, I feel the collective energy of hope converging, mingling with my intentions. God's will is like a resonant melody, at times soothing, at times exhilarating, yet always aligned with a purpose that transcends my understanding. The suspense arises not from fear, but from excitement in the anticipation of what might come next. A new dream born from whispers of the past, new connections, and the awakening of long-forgotten passions. As life consecutively unveils its challenges and triumphs, I am learning to discern the voice of God amidst the chaos. Here lies the secret. This unmistakable voice often comes draped in moments of silence. It's in those breaths of stillness that clarity emerges, revealing insights that create both tension and resolution in my spirit. The suspense interplays between the silence we fear and the truth we seek, each moment inviting us to step into the fullness of being. Throughout this journey, patience has been an invaluable lesson. I've often found myself pacing, anxious for answers to life's questions. Yet, as the seasons change, I see that timing, the perfect timing, holds a divine mystery of its own. I recall a time when I felt immobilized, stuck in the shadows of doubt. Finally, the realization struck me. God's timing is intertwined with our growth. With patience, beauty begins to unfold, revealing the enchanting landscape of God's plan as it gently beckons us forward. Amidst the struggle and the growth, love emerges as the common thread weaving through each experience. It is this love, ever present, steadfast, that serves as a mirror reflecting God's will. It pulls us closer to our fellow beings, igniting compassion that can transform entire lives. As I delve deeper into my relationships, I feel the resonance of the divine beating in synchrony with my heart. The answers I seek emerge from these shared experiences, hinting that the journey is not meant to unfold in isolation, but as a collective odyssey of interconnected souls. As we continue to move through life's ever-changing landscape, surrendering to the will of God does not mean giving up on dreaming. Instead, it opens the portal to new possibilities. New dreams emerge, crafted from the ashes of the old. There's a thrilling element of suspense, knowing that sometimes God reshapes our aspirations for something even greater. In the uncharted territory of our dreams lies the adventure of a lifetime, urging us to embark fearlessly into the dawn of each new day. As I traverse this path, I've discovered the importance of remaining present. In a world that often glorifies busyness and constant striving, pausing to appreciate now may hold the key to understanding God's will. Imagine standing at the base of a breathtaking mountain, breathless and awestruck. Each moment spent in appreciation allows clarity to break through the fog of uncertainty. In cultivating mindfulness, I have begun to notice those small, everyday miracles. A child's laughter, a friend's unwavering support, or the warmth of a hug after a long day. These moments serve as gentle reminders that God's will is intricately tied to the beauty of our shared existence. Each fork in the road has brought its own share of questions, yet I've learned that it is entirely valid to question God. It's a form of dialogue, a way to express our doubts, fears, and desire for guidance. There have been nights where I lay awake, wondering about life's complexities and the choices laid before me. But those very questions often open the door to deep spiritual exploration. Through seeking answers and engaging in personal reflection, I've grown to realize that the act of questioning can weave us closer to the divine. There lies suspense in the waiting, a thrilling expectation as answers unfold slowly, revealing layers of wisdom hidden within our struggles. In embracing God's will, I have come to appreciate that it sometimes manifests through surprises that stir the soul. A chance encounter with an old friend or an unexpected opportunity at work can thrust us into a new world of possibilities. Life takes on an exhilarating momentum when we surrender to these surprises, much like a wave that carries us to new shores. I recall a moment after a particularly challenging week when a stranger's words struck a chord in my heart, reigniting hope. These divine surprises encourage us to remain open and receptive. In trusting the process, we often find ourselves on a path more beautiful than we ever imagine. As I journey through the years, mentorship has emerged as a pivotal way to discern God's will. Walking alongside others, either offering support or receiving it, creates a heartening cycle of love and enlightenment. The shared stories of struggle and triumph weave a communal life experience filled with divine intention. There's a remarkable beauty in realizing that, as we mentor one another, we become vessels of God's will, reflecting His love back into the world. The suspense lies in the transformative impact of these relationships, where one person's spark can ignite a blaze of hope and purpose in another's life, creating an intricate web of divine connection. In these moments of connection, I've learned that vulnerability is the birthplace of heartfelt conversations that guide our journeys. It's in those times when we lay bare our fears and aspirations that we often catch glimpses of God's plan. Think of it as standing at the edge of a precipice, peering into the abyss of uncertainty, and yet choosing to leap into the unknown hand in hand with a friend. The suspense of what could happen becomes exhilarating as we discover that genuine relationships foster deeper insights into our lives and the divine tapestry weaving them together. Another important lesson lies in the value of rest. In our society, rest often gets dismissed as laziness, yet I've come to see it as a vital necessity for spiritual alignment. Much like nature requires seasons of dormancy to rejuvenate, we too need periods of rest to nourish our souls and rekindle our connection with God. Those tucked away moments of solitude, sipping tea on a rainy day, or watching the stars twinkle overhead, sow seeds of inspiration that can flourish into incredible clarity. The thrill of discovery maintains its pulse in these moments, as something extraordinary can often sprout from deep within during our peaceful pauses. As I delve deeper into my relationship with God, I realize that listening, truly listening, can be revolutionary. It's not merely hearing words, but rather attuning my heart to the stillness that exists between them. In contemplating silence, I've come to appreciate the nuances of intuition and the gentle whispers of guidance. Those feelings, often seen as fleeting, can reveal profound truths that navigate me toward fulfillment. The suspense comes alive as I remain attuned to the shift in the air, trusting that it may lead to a new revelation about my purpose and the broader tapestry of God's intentions. In this journey of discernment, my artistic outlet has become a vital path to understanding divine will. Whether through writing, painting, or music, expressing the inexpressible becomes an avenue to confront my emotions and explore my heart's depths. Art invites contemplation. Within the brushstrokes or the melodies, I find reflections of my own struggles, desires, and questions. The suspense of creation lies in its ability to reveal hidden truths that converge with God's plan, transforming raw emotion into something tangible, something that speaks to the soul and echoes the divine narrative in profound ways. As I learn to embrace life's uncertainties, the unfolding narrative of our experiences takes on a new shape. Each chapter, replete with conflicts and resolutions, adds depth to the story we inhabit. It can often feel like a roller coaster ride, with twining paths leading through exhilarating high and daunting lows. Yet I am constantly reminded of the profound reality of our shared human experience, that it's in the tension where true growth occurs. The suspense carries us forward, coaxing us into the clarity that hovering between joy and heartache reveals the beauty of God's intricate design. Finally, in weaving together the threads of God's will and our own, we uncover our unique narratives that echo through time. With every twist and turn, drama unfolds, a pen on a page waiting to share each heart song. Each of us is entitled to a story steeped in resilience, joy, and the palpable spirit of divine intervention. Embrace the uncharted chapters, for the suspense and beauty of the human experience lie in our willingness to dive in, trusting in the promise that God's will is infinitely better than we could ever imagine for ourselves. In closing, this journey is more than just a quest. It is a tender invitation to awaken our spirits. Every beat, every revelation leads us closer to understanding that while God's will may differ from ours, it is the ultimate expression of love, a profound reminder that we are not alone in this labyrinth of life. As you step forward into each day, may your heart remain open to the infinite possibilities sprouting under your feet, for therein lies the beauty of trusting that His will reigns supreme over ours. So, as we set out together, let us embrace the unfolding mystery, filled with hope, love, and a tantalizing suspense that forever beckons us to watch and live.